Well, well, well. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back, your lovely faces, to a brand new video here on the channel. And what I'm going to say is, get your cuppa, get your coffee or your tea or whatever. We're going to be taking a look at something which we all knew was coming, but the way it's come about is absolutely brilliant. And the New York Times has actually, they finessed something in this article which I actually admire. Let's take a look. So, obviously we are talking about Amber Heard's prominent lawyer friend, Roberta Kaplan. You know, the one who quit her because of gas prices were too high. Yeah. They couldn't travel to Virginia from Washington because the prices have just got so astronomical. They couldn't do it. Yes, we're talking about Roberta Kaplan. The well-connected attorney who founded a powerhouse firm at the dawn of the Me Too era has faced complaints that she mistreated and insulted other lawyers. Now, if you remember, going back a couple of years as well, we actually did a video on this channel. Heard lawyer and friends shame victims. Now, these two, often one of them is Roberta Kaplan, the other one was the president or whatever of the Me Too legal fund. These two quit because of what they did. And obviously, they quit because of this. Roberta Kaplan, who aided the guy who was, he was the, I believe, New York governor or something. Yeah, so Roberta Kaplan and Miss Kaplan, a prominent progressive lawyer, was involved in an effort to discredit a woman who had accused Governor Andrew Cuomo of this. Even though she's the one who brought the Me Too era into a thing. Yeah, she's scum, and she's absolutely horrible. But, according to this new article as well, and this expose by the New York Times, she seems to be basically an older version of AH. So, the well-connected lawyer, we just went through that, so there she is. Roberta Kaplan, the celebrated lawyer who took on Trump and helped win marriage equality for gay Americans, is stepping down from the law firm she founded after clashing with her partners over her treatment of colleagues. Going on to now, she formed in 2017. Her departure followed months of internal frustration over her conduct towards other lawyers, according to people familiar with the matter. Those concerns led her colleagues to remove her from the firm's management committee and precipitated her departure. Her former firm will be named to this going on, and it's kind of interesting because she did an interview with Bloomberg, and she said this. Kaplan, Hecker and Fink had grown in size and complexity beyond what I had in mind, and I wanted to get back to something nimbler, something smaller. I wanted to help people. But this is what I find that the Times finessed it. Her departure was announced after the Times informed her that it was preparing to publish an article about her that would shine a light on complaints about what some employees said was an unprofessional office culture that she presided over. Her lawyers had no comment for it. The news that she was leaving her firm ricocheted through the legal community on Wednesday, with lawyers trying to figure out the circumstances behind the abrupt exit. Her and her wife deeply connected at the end. Okay, we don't care about that one there. Same as that when she got Trump $83 million. And it goes by here that she said that she started this firm, one driven by a progressive mission and free of the macho culture that is typical in the industry. And Roberta Kaplan had said Kaplan, Hecker and Fink was founded on the principle that there was always must be someone to stand up to a bully. Yeah, stand up to a bully. This woman here, who co-founded the Me Too movement, if anyone is accusing someone and they want help, they go to her. But instead, though, she tried to discredit a woman who had accused Governor Andrew Cuomo. She's the biggest fucking hypocrite ever. It's insane that she thought she could get away with everything. And obviously, like I said, in this video over here, which I will leave a link in the description box for you, we go over everything in that. It's just insane. But by many measures, her firm was thriving. its 60 or so lawyers in New York and Washington were winning cases and prestigious awards, while pulling in paydays that rivaled those of much larger and older law firms. But they couldn't travel a couple of 100 miles just because of the gas prices. When the Me Too movement erupted, months after her firm opened its doors in a restored ban in the Hamptons. Ooh. She quickly made it a signature issue. Within weeks, she announced she was representing a woman who was being sued by the film director Brett Ratner for defamation in one of the first legal battles. She publicly opined that lawyers like her had to help facilitate women speaking up and speaking out on every front. But I'm going to discredit you, though. She's a narcissist, straight away. She eventually became the chairwoman of the Time's Up, the celebrity-studded non-profit that fought this in the workplace, and co-founded its legal defense fund. Another thing as well, they were using all the money that it was in this legal defense fund for lavish parties. We saw that during a couple of trials that we covered here on the channel. Yes, the Johnny Depp one. We saw many things going on. So many things were coming out as well. Going on that even as she and her firm piled up victories, some employees were chafing under her leadership. Several people whom she worked with told the Times she had insulted employees, inappropriately commented on their looks, and threatened to derail people's careers. Sounds an awful lot like AH, doesn't it? Lawyers for Kaplan denied that she made inappropriate comments to her colleagues and said her firm took allegations of workplace misconduct seriously. They added that there is nothing more unremarkable than trial lawyers using colourful language, criticising their peers and representing diverse clients with no expectation of ideological purity. Yeah, so why did you quit? Why did you leave the firm? Yeah, they told you and all of a sudden, oh my God, the Times doing expose. I'm leaving, guys, I'm leaving, don't worry, I'm going to stop it. You know, you haven't done anything wrong, I've done nothing wrong, but I'm going to leave this firm. Yeah, make it make sense. In addition to the complaints about her treatment of colleagues, some lawyers at the firm were upset that some of her legal work seemed to conflict with the liberal ideals that Miss Kaplan espoused. Now we're going into the 2020 part. When Andrew Cuomo, then governor of New York, faced allegations, he turned to Miss Kaplan for advice on how to confront the crisis. Her role became public months later when the state attorney general released a report detailing the investigation of his actions. The backlash was intense. More than 150 victims and victim advocates signed an open letter to the Times Up board accusing it's her prioritising its proximity to power over mission. She soon resigned as chairwoman of the board. One person familiar with the law firm's internal dynamics said the tension over her began around that time, though they gathered force in recent months. So literally for the last 4 years, she is being the person that she says everyone else is, but not her. She tried to persuade some of her colleagues to leave with her, according to two people familiar with the matter. Most said no. The overtures only added to the friction within the firm. The work I do is high stakes and challenging, requiring both toughness and precision. That's what she said in a statement to the Times. Because she has taken on some of the world's biggest bullies, there are people who don't like me, which comes to the territory, particularly when you are a woman. I am proud of my record as a lawyer, colleague, and mentor. Well, that's all good for you, Roberta Kaplan, but the thing is, though, when there's more than one person who is saying all of this, and when someone says, we're putting an article out about you, you know, is it true or is it not? If it's not true, you're going to fight it. You're not going to pack your bags and leave. Because that is what bullies do. So, as we were going on regarding all of this, it's very interesting to see that, obviously, going back to the part when she helped the New York governor, like, you know, all of this, it's like, you founded an organization that is meant to help victims. But then, just because a governor comes along and asks you, I've been accused of whatever you're against, but I need you to work for me. You're not going to go, oh yes, righto, yes, let's go. You're not you. This is why she is one of the biggest hypocrites ever. And to be honest with you, I really do think that when she said, or her firm said, oh yes, we can't do the AH versus Johnny Depp case because of gas prices are too high. We can't travel it. Even though they're bringing in the money from the biggest and old firms. So they're bringing in literally millions of dollars. But they can't afford 6 weeks in a hotel. Or an Airbnb or whatever. Yeah, so she couldn't go from Washington to Fairfax, Virginia. Which is absolutely insane because, I don't know, what is it, an hour's drive, maybe 2 hours, 3 hours tops? You know, they couldn't be doing that though. Oh, no, they can't do that. They can't go from Washington down to there. Again, we are just saying, I'm saying Washington, that's the closest part. For all we know, she could have been up in the Hamptons, because obviously up there, that's where the rich people are, for her, people like her. But yeah, I really do think that she never did the AH trial because she was going to get found out about all of this. They would have brought up the whole Andrew governor thing and said that, you know, she's gone against victims, so why is she here, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, this is what we got, guys. It's been a very interesting story development to see how, again, she's a lawyer, so she's trying to throw things in the way. Oh no, I want to do something a little bit smaller, a little bit nimbler. This has just gone too big for me. Yeah, okay. You were the face of Me Too with other people. You were the ones who put in the defense fund. You were the one who sued the big people. But now, I don't want to do that anymore. Why not? You know, because she was accused of doing horrible things. And if you leave instead of fighting those things, the majority of people, myself included, will just be like, yeah, you're guilty. If you're leaving your company, you're guilty. That's what we got, guys. Let me know what you think about this down below because it's a very interesting topic. If you are new, like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon.